Welcome to my treehouse video, or I should say platform video. In the last episode, we precision installed the tab bolts. We drilled out the trees and cranked them, making them super solid. And in this video, we're going to be building the beams. I'm on my way to the lumber yard. I got the minivan cleared out. We're going to fit all the wood in this minivan. We don't need a trailer or a truck or anything like that. Very excited for this. Look at that, like a glove, baby. Are we riding low? Oh yeah, she likes a good challenge though. All right, we've got everything unloaded. My minivan was not happy with me, but it got the job done. Probably 1,500 pounds of payload loaded up back there. Anyway, let me show you around. We've got 4x6, and those are 8 feet sections. We've got cross beams right here. These are the 2x10s, 8-foot sections. And these are 2x10s also. 10-foot sections to serve as the main beams. We'll do 2 of them glued together. I'll explain later. And then we've got 2x6s, 6 of them for my joists. And then my deck boards right here, the 5/4 by 6 inches. And those are 12-foot sections, 10-foot sections. 10-foot sections, 10-foot sections, 10-foot sections. Nothing's longer than 10 feet because I could not get it into the minivan. So our total dimensions of the beam will be just short of 10 feet by about 5 feet this way. I'll explain. Let's do it. First order of business, I've got my beams here, 2 of them. These are the 2x10s, 10-foot lengths, and we're going to use some liquid nails and basically in a crisscross zigzag pattern apply liquid nails and then put these boards on top of each other and then secure them down with some fasteners. Lift these things up. They're very heavy. 2 people are preferred. Look at that. Just kind of laid on there. And then make sure your edges are flush and everything's square, because you don't want to suck all this down and then figure out you have to slide it. So get both ends looking good. I like it. Oh. Hello, wife. And then we'll smush it down. All right, I've measured out every 16 inches. I started at the 2-inch mark from this end, so, because obviously you can't put a screw there, but 2 inches. And then from there went 16 inches and marked all the way down. And then I'm gonna stagger them. X marks the spot, top, bottom, top, and so on and so forth. So 9 screws or fasteners per side. And these are what I'm using. They're exterior grade, and this is what the specs call for structural support. And I'm gonna pre-drill before. All right, we got both sides in. That is one heavy board, by the way. We're gonna do the same thing with the other 2 to make 2 similar beams, just like this one. I'm going to use these Spax screws. They're 5 inches long. Just like that. They're going to come up and secure to the underside of the beam. 4 per bracket. I've got a total of 8. Got a piece of scrap wood here, old 2x4. We'll use some 3-inch deck screws just to get things secure. This basically keeps this side level so it doesn't fall. All right, now we can adjust. I only put 1 screw in each side, so we can adjust the entire boards like this way if they're not exactly parallel, and it wasn't at first. But what I'm looking for here is the same dimensions interior, so about 29 as over here on this end, so that I know it's completely parallel. So that is 29 as well. And if that's true and we are level on both, bring it over to this side, then we are perfect. Notice I've got my 2 supports, 2 screws on each side. We'll put the supports on that side next. It's starting to look like a treehouse. All right, I got my other 2 supports up. We're still level. We have the same distance in between. And then we can still float those if we need to this way or this way. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest of my spec screws in, 4 on each side. Next, we're gonna do our cross beams. I've got 4 of these, 1 on this corner, 1 on this corner, 1 down there, and 1 over there. And these are pretty slick, I think. We're gonna be hanging those right there. And they will attach using some screws here, these guys. And we'll do 8 per, make sure that's nice and level, because we're gonna put 2 more glued 2x10s in its place, and it's gonna basically come across this way. We'll do the same thing on that end, and that'll be our crossbeam support. All right, those are just dry fit on or secured on one side because I need enough room to drop the crossbeam down. We'll measure that. We're about 27.5. Do the same thing. All right, I just finished all the corner brackets. We have several per, so don't underestimate the amount of screws that you will need. Feel free to comment if you have an opinion as to how this looks, whether you're a contractor or a novice. Appreciate your feedback. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those too. But I noticed there's a little bit of gap for whatever reason. So I've got these treated spacers, and I also have some treated shims here. Good luck finding treated shims. I had to manually treat these for an earlier project by dipping it in this. I'll show you how I did that real quick. Anyway, we can kind of put this in if we need to and just shim that out a little bit, just to provide some type of backing. Or you can forego the shims, and chances are, even though you cut your board a little short, if you secure these but not these 3 here, your board, just let your board kind of float. Put 2 giant 5-inch lag screws or spack screws coming this way, and that might suck your board up this way, and then you can put in your 2.5-inch diagonal screws. So I'm very happy with how the beams turned out. Everything's square, plumb, flush, looking good, don't you think? With the beams up, our next video, we're going to be tackling the diagonal supports. There'll be 2 of these, and plenty of challenges. So we'll see you in the next video.